Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I want to tell you something personal, especially for man. 8 things a man should not do with woman. Number 1 is the real men understand that respect is the bedrock of any relationship. If you can't show her respect, then you're not just disrespecting her, you're disrespecting the very foundation of what could be something beautiful. Every word you speak, every action you take has the potential to either lift her up or tear her down. You need to recognize that. When you show respect, you're telling her you matter. Your thoughts, your feelings, your dreams, they're important. It's not about how much you do for her, but how you make her feel when you're together. Respect isn't about grand gestures. It's about the little things. It's how you listen when she speaks, how you value her opinions, how you make her feel safe and heard. The way you talk to her when nobody's around, the way you show up for her when things get tough, that's where true respect is revealed. If you can't treat a woman with dignity, you don't deserve her, period. It's not a game. You can't play with someone's heart like it's some toy you pick up and put down when you feel like it. She's not here to fulfill some temporary need for you. She deserves a man who will treat her like a partner, someone who values her as an equal, as someone who brings their own power and purpose into the world. Respect is not negotiable. It's non-negotiable. If you can't offer it freely and wholeheartedly, don't even bother. A real man knows this. You cannot expect loyalty, love, or commitment from someone you don't respect. It doesn't work that way. Without respect, everything else will crumble. So make sure you treat her the way you want to be treated. Anything less is not acceptable. Number 2, lying to a woman is not just about hiding the truth, it's about destroying something far more valuable than you might realize. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and once you break it, it's hard to rebuild. You might think you're protecting her, protecting yourself, or avoiding the confrontation, but in reality, all you're doing is putting a crack in something that was strong. A lie might seem small in the moment, but over time it grows, and when she finds out, it's never just about the lie. It's about the betrayal, the broken trust, the feeling of being deceived. The hardest thing in the world is to be completely honest, especially when the truth is painful. But real men don't run from the truth. They stand up, face it, and own it. If you can't be honest with her, then you don't deserve her. It's not about being perfect. It's about being real. And when you're real, you build something stronger than any lie could ever tear down. When you lie, you're not just breaking a promise. You're breaking the respect she has for you, the faith she has. Once trust is gone, it's like trying to fix a broken glass with tape. It might look okay for a while, but the cracks will always show. The deeper the lie, the harder it is to fix. And soon you'll realize that the most important thing you've lost isn't just her. It's the ability to have an honest, open relationship. You've lost the one thing that could have made everything else work. The truth isn't easy, but it's always worth it. The hardest conversations are often the most necessary ones. If you care about her, if you value what you have, don't lie. Tell her the truth, even when it stings. Because that's how you build trust. And that's how you build a relationship that can last. Anything less is a betrayal. And that's something no one deserves. Number 3. No man should ever think he's in some kind of competition for her heart. Relationships aren't a game. They're real life. When you start playing tricks, when you start acting like it's all about who can outsmart the other, you're not showing her respect. You're showing her that you don't understand what it really takes to build something real. You're not playing chess with her heart. You're risking losing everything that matters. If you're playing games, you're just wasting time, and yours. Real men don't hide behind tactics. They show up as themselves, no matter how vulnerable that makes them feel. You don't need to manipulate. You don't need to create confusion. The only thing that matters is being honest, being clear, and being real. A real man knows that he doesn't need to play games to win a woman's heart. What he needs is to be authentic, to show her the kind of love, respect, and attention that she deserves. You think you can win her over by playing hard to get her acting distant? All you're doing is pushing her away. Women can see through the games, and they deserve more than to be treated like a puzzle you need to figure out. Don't waste her time with mixed signals. Let her know exactly where you stand. Because when you play games, you're not just being dishonest, you're setting up both of you for disappointment. The real prize is not in winning some emotional battle. It's in building trust, creating mutual understanding, and forming a connection that's based on transparency and honesty. If you want to win her heart, you have to do it the right way, the real way. No tricks, no manipulation. Just a man being true to himself and to her. Because when you show up as your authentic self, she will see you for the man you really are. And that's how you build something that lasts. Number 4 is, you need to understand something very important. She is not yours to control. She's her own person with her own thoughts, dreams, and desires. If you're trying to control her, then you're not loving her, you're trapping her. Real love doesn't come from domination, it comes from mutual respect and understanding. You're not supposed to have power over her. You're supposed to be her partner, her equal. Love is about lifting each other up, not trying to force someone into a mold that fits your needs. When you love someone, you give them the freedom to be themselves, to grow, to chase their dreams. You don't try to box them in. You support them, you encourage them, you stand beside them in everything they do. If you can't allow her to be free, if you can't stand by her as she walks her own path, then you're not showing her the love she deserves. You're trying to make her live according to your terms. And that's not love, that's control. A woman who is free is a woman who thrives. And when she thrives, she brings the best version of herself to the relationship. But when you control her, when you limit her choices or make her feel small, you're suffocating her spirit. You're taking away her power to make decisions, and that's a betrayal of everything love is supposed to be. Love isn't about manipulation, it's about partnership. If you can't allow her the space to grow, to be herself, and to live the life she wants, then you're not ready for the kind of relationship that's built on real love. True love comes with trust and freedom. It's about being there for each other, not trying to hold each other down. When you love someone, you free them, because in freedom, you both become better versions of yourselves. That's what makes the relationship strong. Number 5. You've got to understand this, never take her for granted. Just because she's always there doesn't mean she'll always stay. The moment you start assuming she'll be there no matter what, that's when you begin to lose her. Every day you need to remind her how much she means to you, how valuable she is. She's not a convenience, something you only think about when you need her. She's a treasure. And if you treat her like one, she'll know she's being appreciated, loved, and valued for who she truly is. Too many men forget that appreciation isn't just a one-time thing. It's not enough to show her love in the beginning and then think that's enough. No, man, love is about consistency. It's about making her feel special every day through your words, your actions, and your attention. When you treat her like she's part of the most important thing in your life, when you put in the effort to show her gratitude, that's when she knows she's not being taken for granted. She's being seen. She's being heard. If you take her for granted, you might not realize it, but you're building a wall between you two. A wall made of complacency, neglect, and indifference. You get used to her presence, you stop appreciating her, and that's when she starts to feel invisible, like she's just a background character in your life. She deserves more than that. Every day is an opportunity to show her how much she means to you, to remind her that she's a priority, not a fallback. Don't ever think she'll just stick around without effort. People leave when they feel unappreciated, and no matter how strong the love is, no one can keep giving if they're not receiving the same energy in return. If you take her for granted, don't be surprised when one day she decides she's had enough. Treat her like the treasure she is, and she'll show you a love that never fades. Number 6 is, you don't use a woman to climb the ladder, to boost your ego, or to get ahead in life. That's not what a real relationship is about. A man who truly values a woman sees her as an equal, as someone to build with, not someone to manipulate for his own personal gain. When you're using her for her resources or her connections, you're not showing her love, you're using her as a stepping stone. And that's not only unfair, it's dishonorable. A real partnership is about mutual respect, mutual growth, and mutual support. You don't take advantage of her to get ahead. You stand beside her and help her achieve her dreams just as much as she helps you reach yours. It's not about what you can get from each other. It's about what you can create together. You build together, support each other, and rise together. Anything less than that is using each other, and that's not the foundation of a healthy, lasting relationship. If you're only with her because you want something, whether it's status, money, or connections, you're not showing her the love she deserves. You're showing her your own insecurities, your own need for validation. You can't build something real if you're only focused on what you can take. It's about lifting each other up, not tearing each other down or using each other as tools for your own success. True love doesn't come with strings attached, and it certainly doesn't come with hidden agendas. You don't use someone to get ahead, you build with them. A woman who is loved and respected doesn't need to be used. She needs to be valued for who she is, not for what she can do for you. And when you approach the relationship with this mindset, that's when you both truly thrive. Number 7. Her dreams matter just as much as yours, and if you're not supporting them, then what kind of man are you? A real man doesn't look at his woman's dreams and belittle them. He doesn't tell her she can't do it or hold her back. He looks at her aspirations with pride and says, I've got your back. Let's make this happen together. If you truly love her, you'll see the power in her ambitions and help her chase them just as fiercely as you chase your own. Too many men get caught up in their own goals and forget that the woman standing beside them has dreams too. Don't make the mistake of thinking her passions are any less important than yours. If she's passionate about something, if she has a goal, support her, help her grow into the best version of herself, encourage her, push her to take that next step, just like you would want someone to do for you. A real relationship is about lifting each other up, not dimming each other's light. When you belittle her dreams, you're telling her that what matters to her doesn't matter to you. You're telling her that her hopes and aspirations are insignificant. And that's a betrayal. A real man wants the best for the woman he's with. He wants to see her succeed, to see her shine in whatever she's passionate about. And if you truly love her, you'll make sure she knows her dreams are just as worthy of pursuit as yours. There's nothing more powerful than a couple who supports each other's dreams. When you lift her up and encourage her to reach her full potential, you're not only making her stronger, you're making your relationship stronger. Because when both of you can dream big and push each other to go after those dreams, that's when you build something unstoppable. Number 8, and last is, you don't keep her in the dark. If you've got issues, struggles, or challenges, you need to communicate them. A real relationship isn't built on secrecy or silence, it's built on transparency. If something's bothering you, don't bottle it up. Share it with her because she's your partner. She's the one who's going to stand by your side when things get tough, but only if you let her in. You're not doing her or yourself a favor by keeping her out of the loop. It only builds walls between you, and trust me, those walls will only get higher if you don't tear them down with honesty. When you shut her out, when you leave her in the dark, you're telling her that she's not important enough to be part of what you're going through. You're making her feel like an afterthought, someone who's not worthy of your full trust. That's not love. That's a lack of respect. The woman who loves you, who's committed to you, deserves to know what's going on in your life, especially when it involves her. Don't treat her like she's on the sidelines. She's your teammate, and teammates communicate. A relationship is only as strong as the communication that holds it together. When you keep things from her, you're undermining that foundation. A real man knows that vulnerability and honesty are key. It's not easy to open up, but it's necessary. When you share your struggles, your fears, your insecurities, you give her the chance to support you, to walk beside you through the hard times. That's what makes a relationship deeper, stronger, and more meaningful. She's not just someone you share the good times with, she's the person you lean on when life gets heavy. If you're keeping things from her, you're denying both of you the chance to build a bond that's unbreakable. Be transparent. Let her know what's going on inside your heart and mind, because when you do, you invite her to truly be your partner in life, not just in the easy moments, but in every moment. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share.